Hello again, everybody. Happy days. I seem to have done some good practice pieces. I'll just show you. Do you like that one? How's that looking under that light? Actually, it's got far more teal in it than I think you'll see on the camera. Oops, which way am I going? There we go. I'm actually quite proud of that one. I think the colours are lovely, and it actually did what I wanted it to do after a fashion. So things are getting better. Again, just moaning because I don't have enough time to practice as much as I want to. But at the moment, I'm totally in love with what Pouring with Sonya does. I think it is beautiful. Those beautiful flowers that she makes. If you haven't seen the one with the white, with all the interference colours on a black background, do watch it because it is actually really good and very inspirational. But anyway, I'm not at that level. Don't pretend to be. But I'm going to have another bash at that turquoise flower I just showed you. I used a dark blue in that, the pearlescent dark blue, which made it quite dark. So I'm going to up the game. Instead of that, I'm going to put in a pearlescent baby blue. You can see that. These are all boom gels. And a pearlescent mint. You can see that through the paint. Pearlescent teal, which is an absolutely stunning colour. Parrotfish green, again a stunning colour, and a bit of gold. So let's start this time. I think I'll start from the other end. I'll start with the teal, parrotfish green. I don't want to use too much because I want it to. The other thing I have trouble with is getting things in the centre of the circle. Sounds such an easy thing to get right, and I still get it wrong. Hey ho, never mind. Hope you're all having a good time wherever you are in this world. Here in the great UK, it's cold, and it's been very wet. Though I'm in the middle of England, smack in the middle, Northamptonshire, and there's been a lot of rain right around the edges, but we sort of don't get it. It hits the hills before it gets to us, and Bob's your uncle, it's gone past us. So the weather here is bright but cold. Best we can hope for this time of year. Right, here's my bit of gold. On that. I'm not wearing gloves because literally I've just found it easier not to wear gloves. The gloves I've got now, they're just dreadful. So it's mucky hands all the way with a wet cloth nearby and a sink not too far away as well. Okay, right, a cell activator. I've only got a little bit left because I spilt it. Story of my life. I've got quite a few air bubbles in there actually. Where did they come from? Quickly pop them if I can. Some of them don't like to be popped. Basically none of them. Let's risk it for a biscuit. There we go. I popped most of them, didn't it? I'm sure I'll pop them even more once I start blowing them out. Now, my blowing technique is getting better. I'm learning to blow across the paint instead of down into them. So initially you sort of go down, but you don't want to hit the bottom. So excuse my head. That's an interesting combination. Oh, this colour here, that's the black and the gold. I think I'm making a mistake of putting the gold next to the black. That's the story of two halves, really, isn't it? Never mind. Let's tease it out a little bit. Don't know how far I can tease it out. I've also been collecting all my spun off paint into an old plastic container with a view to reusing it as pillow paint, which apparently is very possible. Okay, now I'm going to first of all, I'm going to use, I find this paintbrush, the end of this paintbrush pretty good. Actually, I'm just going to blow this bit here. It looked a funny shape, didn't it? I've got to blow that. There we go. Perhaps a tad too much pillow paint. Activator. It's getting bigger by the minute, and I haven't even spun. And again, we're not in the centre, so let's see if we can tilt a bit and get it to move. There it goes. That's a bit better. Okay, so I'm going to sort of separate this up a little bit into sort of petal looking sort of shapes initially. Let's call that the centre. Okay, so let's go. So just where it looks appropriate, I'm just going into the middle. There's a lot of paint in there. I'm going to get rid of that with a bit of luck. And then I'll make a little design in the middle. So let's have a bit of a spin. And the other way. Well, I'm not disliking that. I'm just going to put a little bit of paint on the edge here because I don't want to spin off too much. Well, I want to pull the paint across. So that's all just going to come off, isn't it? So get it into my pot of many colours. And then when we spin, it's not going to splatter too far, I hope. I twigged what I think it was Lisa Marvin does that, and I twigged why she did it after watching her forever, and it seems so straightforward. But anyway, you can see we've still got the delineation of the petals. So from that, which way up shall we have it? I quite like it just like that because it looks like it could be. Let's just now go the other way. Give it a bit of a stalk. I'm going to do it again. There we go. And in the middle, I'm just going to do it sort of curly, like that. Just going to tip this bit of paint here. So it's going to go. I don't really want to spin it out anymore, but I do need to lose some of the paint. Aren't they lovely, those cells? Can you see them? Those turquoise ones there, look at them. I mean, there. Oh, I could do something with them in a minute, but let's get rid of this. Oh, do come on, paint. I'll just spin it in a minute. Yeah, so you've still got the delineation of a little circle in the middle now. Let's go back up a bit. Big circle in the middle. Okay, now I want to make it more flower-like, obviously, but then there's parts like this, or this particularly, that I don't like, and maybe into that bit there. So I'm going to go this way where I can, but I don't want to disturb too much of the beautiful I've just done a little swirly whirly there and there. From that I'm going to go out. There we go. And this one, little curly whirly. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to create some sort of petal effect. So literally go like that. It's where deciding where to stop is the problem, and not overdoing it. It's a tip I learned from Sonya. If you don't wipe your brush, the end of your stick every time, you get these lovely little feathering bits in between, which I think lends character. Do you see what I mean? When that closes up, that will actually look really cute. That's if you're after cute, that is. Do you see? I actually quite like that. Now this, I think I'm going to do something with this. So the obvious place is to draw it up through there. Yeah, I don't want to fiddle too much, otherwise you lose what you've got, if you know what I mean. I actually really like that. I hope you like it too. I hope it glistens slightly. Can you see that? The light from the window. All I'm going to do to it now is pop a few of those air bubbles, which I again will lose my gun with, because look at all of those. You would never know they were there, would you? And the last thing you want is them popping up at the end. I'm not going to obviously gun over the colours, because I don't know what that will do to them, and I don't want it to ruin them. But actually I do actually really like that, so I'm quite happy. Hope you're happy too. Short and sweet. Speak to you next time. Bye.